everybody. How are you doing today? I hope you are all having a good week so far. Uh, Today is our niece's birthday. Happy birthday to you. With my croaky voice, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lilibet Mountbatten Windsor. Happy birthday to you. I think I'm about set for a recording contract, don't you think? Hello, Ernie Cool. Hello, Marcia Weir. So, guys, we hear that there was a party for Lilibet's near and close, intimate friends and things kind of party. The British media, as usual, was so starved for information about this party, but they have been completely frozen out, and I just love it for them. Of course, they have her birthday on their content calendar, and so they have to say something, but they are left with using old photos. I say good for them. But before we get into today's live stream, let me say hello to everybody. Hello, Ernie Cool. Hello, Rachel. Hello, John Garcia. Hello. How's your day been? I hope it was fabulous. Over here in the UK, we're supposed to be warming up and getting ready for summer, but it seems like the weather has turned again. It was freezing today, freezing, absolutely ridiculously freezing. And don't you just love those people who they get so used to wanting the weather to turn warm that even when the weather is cool, they go about with insufficient clothing. And then the next thing you see, those are the people who are rubbing their noses and shaking you with their phlegmy hands, the snot filled hands. Oh, how Rachel? I didn't realize you were in the UK, right? The weather was horrible. It rained, it was cold. I actually had to wear my outside jacket today. And I'm one of those people that when the weather just gets a tad bit cold, I go to full winter gear. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I've got my warm hat on. I've got my jacket on. I think the only thing I don't wear are my gloves, but everything else is, yeah, on. TMCD, what happened? I haven't seen you in an age. Or have you just not been speaking? Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hi, Nutty Doctor. How are you? How is everyone doing? It was ridiculous. Anyway, I, uh, I meant to download this custom sounds that I created for myself on this website because I need to say a huge thank you to Carmen's Place Beauty, is the latest member of our channel membership. So thank you to Carmen's Place Beauty for joining our channel members and for all the people who are renewing as well. Thank you so much. Thank you because it just means to me that you appreciate with uh all my you appreciate the content that I'm creating and it does provide you with some value. So thank you so very much. Rachel says, I always, sorry, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. I always go with my coat everywhere. The weather here is ridiculous. Where you do you experience all one seasons in one day? Exactly, exactly. Like you can wake up and the weather is warm and balmy, and if you just don't take note, I think of the time of the year is really the determinant for the most part, right? So if it's like in July, like the first, second week of July, which is supposed to be blisteringly warm, I think that's the only time I would ever walk out of my house without a jacket. But every other time, if the jacket is not on my body, then it's close by. It's either in a car or folded up into like a small jacket folded into my handbag because I have been called out too many times when I was younger. I have learnt my lesson. TMCD says, I'm playing catch up with all my favorite podcasts. Ooh, that means I'm one of them. Thank you. Thank you. I'm taking all the love I can get these days. Too much hate in the world. Um, all right, welcome everyone. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the talking points around Princess Lily's birthday. I have a treat in store for all of those people who have been sending me emails reminding me that one of the reasons why they subscribe to my channel is the deep dives that I used to do around Harry's case in the court. I haven't been doing them as much because there hasn't been much to do a deep dive about. Actually, that's not 100% true. I think every day it, I I've been doing this channel. I've been working on this channel for about a year now, a year and a half. I did not realize how much you need to know to run a successful YouTube channel. So, having figured out that I need a lot more skills that I started with, I do some training on different things every day, in addition to putting the content together for my, whether it's a video or a live stream. This is the reason why I don't do videos every single day, because of I need to allocate time to exercise, I need to allocate time to training, and then do putting the videos together. And I'm one of those people who likes to get things right. Like it's just my passion in life. Put things together in a way that when I look at what I've created, I'm satisfied with the level of professionalism that I am seeing. So even while I am not an expert, at least I know I'm doing things to the best of my ability and I'm seeking out more knowledge on how to do it better. So that's kind of where we are. But as usual, let's talk about Lily's birthday. I don't you just wish you were Lily uh, right now, having a birthday in the Montecito mansion? How much fun that must have been. The loving environment, the cake. I know there must have been cake, loads of cake, as a matter of fact, and maybe jollof rice, Nigerian jollof rice. Ah, and balloons. We know Megan likes to put balloon structures together, and oh, uh, I wonder who their favorite musician. I wonder who their favorite musician is for the family, like when they're having family events. I wonder who that person would be. But do you know what I love most of all? That they're able to record family memories in private. I think that's all they were, that's one of the things that they were fighting for, because if they weren't able to do things in private, it would have been made sour by the negative reporting. And the British media are fighting very hard to change the set of circumstances around the amount of privacy that the Sussexes are enjoying at the moment. I'm not going to discuss that in this video today. I'm going to discuss it in a video tomorrow. So make sure you stay tuned because it's an interesting one. But with today is just about the talking points around the birthday that we have heard from the British media, and I found a thread for those who like the deep dives, who I'm guessing that you're going to enjoy. So let's get started, shall we? Before I do, let me just look at the comments. TMCD says, I thought Princess Lilibet was turning 4. Oh, not yet. Not yet. I love the air of mystery that is now around the Sussex's children. They keep us guessing, and I just love it for them. They already would probably have too much attention on them already, from Meghan being a celebrity on her own, and then from Prince Harry being uh, a member of the royal family. So I love it for them that they're able to at least have some measure of privacy and mystique about them. So if they're going to come out and do anything, then people are going to be paying attention. Rachel says, I'm just imagining if our Nigerian aunties were at the Princess Lilibet birthday parties. You know, this comment just makes me laugh because, in a funny thing, and I'm sure it's kind of the same way in America or UK, but in Nigeria, when their children's birthday parties and all whatnot, the parties, although they say it's for the children, but you guys know that those parties are for the adults, right? Because the adults, where the parents sit down and congratulate themselves for doing such a good job of bringing children into the world. The parties were absolutely wild. They have so much fun. They have so much fun. And it's where, like, parents, when you get married, your lifestyle completely changes. So there's just a limit, especially for the women. It's like the kind of places you can go to are reduced a lot because of your marital status. And especially, I'm just talking from a Nigerian perspective. So, one of the places that you can go to safely with reduced critique is a child's birthday party. And so when they go there, it's like they're going for one very serious party, like these tease on these women, everything. They will dress to the nines and be prepared to have a blast. And they will come with their crew. All of them are having so much fun. And of course, they're going to come there with their birthday presents for the child. But after saying, hello, everyone, happy birthday, and then they just set to having a good time, the party will last for weeks, because when is the next time that any of them's children are going to celebrate a party? So, but yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun. But the toxic British media, they can't do anything but be sour. So they introduce their own commentary to everything that is sweet and loving. And you've got this headline from the Mirror. I think they're still upset because of the amount of money they had to pay Prince Harry. And this headline reads, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry host intimate party for Lilibet as royals are no show. Well, I don't really sure why they wanted the royal family to be invited, since they have shown that they don't want to have anything to do with Prince Harry, right? They've shown that they don't want to have anything to do with Prince Harry. So why they want the royal family to be invited, I am not quite sure. After all, Prince Harry was in the UK, and the royal family chose to orchestrate a display of how a person can be shunned by their family in order to humiliate him. So, anyway, before we continue, guys, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have visited my channel before without subscribing, quickly, 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 quickly. Don't let this second pass without hitting the subscribe button. We're gone past dating now. We are now in a committed relationship. Make up your mind. Like, it's good over here. So go ahead to subscribe. We're almost at our goal of 4,000 subscribers, and we need your help to achieve it. The subscription of the channel is literally the only reward we get for putting out this content for your entertainment. So go ahead, support us by subscribing to the channel, okay? And to all my dedicated subscribers, a colossal thank you for your unwavering support. You guys don't even know. Like, you guys, I was just going to say something, but let me tone it down by 100%. YouTube, creating content for YouTube is a um, YouTube machine is a beast. Like literally, it is a beast, and you need to like be a hardworking individual to be able to keep up and maintain your channel on YouTube. Sometimes it just seems like take your phone out and point at whatever it is you want to create, and then you are running a YouTube channel. But any successful person knows that it takes a whole lot more than that. And beyond the effort you put in, it's one thing to put out the effort, but it's another thing for people to actually enjoy the content that you put out. So, a huge thank you to all of those who are with me in at least mind. We are of one mind. You listen to my content and you enjoy it, and you come back each time I'm ready to do a live stream. Thank you so, so much. Yes, you can. I am Sam says, can I subscribe from my phone? Yes, you absolutely can. You can subscribe from your phone. Do you want me to put the link in the chat for you? Let me see if I can do that. I would need to shift from where I'm at in order to get you the link. So let me see if I am savvy enough to achieve that right now. Just a second. So I'm just going to take you to I'm just going to take you to the so that's the link to the channel, and when you get to the home page of the channel, you will see the subscribe button. Just click on it. Dankeschön. That's me speaking German for the day. Okay. Continuing on, here is the Daily Mirror. They're crying about Harry and Meghan not inviting the royals to Lily's birthday. It's amazing to me how you say you don't like someone and yet you won't stay on your own. Like you keep beating up on the Sussexes, and at the same time you keep crying. Someone would think, in looking at the situation, would think that it was the Sussexes who were beating you up, but you're the one beating them up. They're just quiet, and yet you're the one crying. It's crazy to me. Oh dear. So this article says Prince Harry and Meghan Markle left the royal family off the invite list for their daughter's birthday party amid their bitter years-long feud, a royal expert claims. Princess Lilibet is celebrating her third birthday today, and her parents marked the special occasion with a party at their home in Montecito, California over the weekend. It's believed Meghan and Harry kept the guest list small, with no members of the royal family present. They always have to include some shade into the storytelling of whatever it is related to Harry and Meghan. Some shade just has to be there to make something that should be sweet sour. They continue on by saying, one of Harry's old army friends said Harry knew they wouldn't come anyway, and he was pretty sure he would not have wanted them there. But he's really sad that Archie and Lilibet cannot have any kind of relationship with their cousins while his feud with his family continues. How do they know what Harry is thinking? Nobody knows that, right? They just anyway, it we all know that this is topic was on their content planner and they just needed to talk about it so that they could get engagement. That's how they make their money, right? So um and this one says they go on to lay the guilt trip on thicker by saying that Lilibet will soon start to ask questions. Well, I say, look at this. They said Prince Harry and Meghan live. Sussex's warned Lilibet will start asking questions. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's daughter, Princess Lilibet, has had close to no contact with the royal family since birth. And an excerpt from that same story, because all the rest of it was trash, actually. And it says, and you never know, one day they might actually be called into action by some degree. They might move up the scales. So it's all hanging a bit by a thread. So, they what they're referring to here is that Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet might be drafted into action, might be invited by the royal family to come and take up some royal duties in the UK. Okay, so first of all, let's address the Sussex's warned Lilibet will soon start to ask questions. Well, if someone asks a question, surely it just requires an answer, right? So if someone says to you, do you know what? These people wanted you. Why don't I have access to my grandfather who was said to be the king of the United Kingdom? And being a loving mother, I would tell my daughter, well, it's because he wanted to unalive you when you were little. Really? Yes, really. Watch this documentary and read this book, and this will tell you all about it. So, question answered. And then the other bit of this, which um, they are talking about, it, where they said they might be called to serve the British royal family, right? Okay, actually, that is there was a thread which we're going to discuss in some slides going forward, which will actually break this down in detail. So I'll leave that alone for the moment. But what I wanted to ask everyone in the chat was, if you were in Harry and Meghan's shoes, what age would be the perfect age to discuss this with Archie and Lily? Like to discuss their heritage and then the problems that they have had with both sides of the family. What age would you want to start doing that, considering that they're the only ones who doesn't know what is actually going on, because they are so young. If Lilibet is 3, that means Archie is what, 4, 5 years old, and uh, at age 6, right? Little Mark says Lilibet does not have time to ask questions about the royal family. But if she's going to kindergarten, don't forget that these children, although they're just children, but they're mixing with other children whose parents will probably be talking about them behind their backs. And then Elegant Pause says, has it occurred to them that no one gives a about the fan fiction written by the writer? When and if the children want to know about the Windsors 13 or 14, just tell them no varnish. Little Max says 10 is a good time to have a sit down with the kids. Marcia says, I will tell them when they ask. Lakiva says, I would speak to my kids around the age of about 9, 10. Lady Rose, hi. Hello, how are you? You good? Okay, busy day, right? Okay, that's okay, that's fine. Watch and replay, that's good. Um, Bonnie Mighty says 10 years old. That seems to be the consensus, 10. Because the thing is that the people in Montecito, they are not that interested or impressed or interested in the royal family. Harry and Meghan have it all covered, no doubt, no doubt. Age 6 when they begin first grade. I think I agree with you, Lottie. And it's not so much about people being impressed or interested in the royal family. I think the thing is that because they're members of the royal family, they have to kind of live their lives differently for security reasons, first of all, etiquette reasons. Um, if you look at Meghan and how Harry are moving, it's quite clear that they are being conscious of the fact that they are members of the royal family and they have to train their children accordingly in terms of how they speak, how they think, how they move, how they dress, the people that they associate with, how to keep themselves safe, how to protect themselves mentally, emotionally from the the ranges. Even if the issue was resolved and there was no issue, they would still need to train them as princes and princesses, which when people are saying, why are you dressed like that? Why, they need to know the reason why they are a bit different from everybody else around them. Um anyway, so let's continue. Let's continue. So while everybody is getting on and enjoying the good feelings from the birthday, the British media are talking about the darker sides as they do with everything. And I saw this article and it just made me think really, why did they feel like Lilibet might be drawn into coming to do anything for the royal family? And that just prompted me to look into the legal rights and responsibilities that Lilibet has. So Lilibet inherited the HRH title on her after King Charles's ascension to the throne. And just checking on Wikipedia, I could see that I was gagged when I saw this explanation of Lilibet. They said Lilibet is a member of the British royal family and has mixed race ancestry, having African and European maternal lineage. She has dual citizenship of the United States and the United Kingdom. At the accession of Charles III, Lilibet became entitled to use the title princess and style Royal Highness as the child of a son of the monarch, pursuant to letters patent issued by King George V in 1917. And on the 8th of March 2023, a, um, a spokesperson for Prince Harry and Meghan stated in a statement that her parents have confirmed her baptism days earlier. And in that statement, they, Harry and Meghan, used Lilibet's title of princess for the very first time, referring to her as Princess Lilibet Diana. Okay, so now here comes the thread that I was referring to. Okay, so this person asked the question. So Lilibet Diana Windsor, actually is Lilibet Diana Sussex, was born in America to an American mother and is also eighth in line to the UK throne. Could she be both queen and president in the future? Could a US citizen who is in line to the UK throne be both queen of the UK and president of the United States? And this another person answered, I believe there are circumstances under which she could, although probably not at the same time. I'm not an expert on UK succession law, though, so take this analysis for what it's worth. And to do that, they were discussing in using a factual scenario. Okay, so starting with Lilibet becoming the president of the United States. This person said Lilibet is born in the United States and is a US citizen. She also happens to be the offspring of of a member of the British royal family, which places her in the line of succession for the British monarchy, for the UK monarchy. Now, as to whether she can become the president of the United States, when Lilibet reaches the age of 35, and let's say she is elected president of the United States, she is eligible for presidency because she is a lifelong US resident. Okay. Then um now becoming Queen Regent of the United Kingdom. Meanwhile, across the pond in the United Kingdom, the Mountbatten Windsors are having a family reunion. Every member of the family attends except for Lilibet, who has to stay in Washington, D.C. for a meeting. Tragedy strikes the family reunion. Everybody at the family reunion gets food poisoning and dies. Lilibet is the sole surviving member of the Mountbatten Windsor family, even though she was only 20th in the line of succession. The other 19 Mountbatten Windsors who were ahead of her all died of food poisoning. She is 20th in the line of succession because her cousins, George, Charlotte, and Louis, all have a bunch of kids. A brief history lesson in terms of how this all applies. What did the UK do the last time something like this happened? Not the mass outbreak of food poisoning. I mean, the last time the heir to the British UK throne was a non UK resident who was a citizen of a different country. The last time the heir to the throne was a non UK resident who was a citizen of a different country, Parliament sent out a call to northern Germany with an invitation along the lines of, hey, George, how do you like a promotion? Instead of being the elector of Hanover, you can be the king of a really nice English speaking country. George responded, sounds like a good gig, but I like being the elector of Hanover too. I'm going to keep both gigs. And by the way, Parliament, I'm taking the UK gig because I am the rightful heir to the throne, not because you're giving me anything. I don't have the right to. Let me say that again. And by the way, Parliament, I'm taking the UK gig because I'm the rightful heir to the throne, not because you're giving me anything I don't already have the right to. So George I and his successors retained the title of Elector of Hanover, subsequently King of Hanover, for more than 100 years until the death of William IV in 1837. The message of our brief history lesson is that, at least in the 1700s and 1800s, the fact that an individual was the head of state of a non UK political entity did not bar him from the monarchy. He doesn't have to give up his other gig. So, would our brief history lesson produce the same outcome today? As the person who was first in line of succession, Lilibet would be the rightful heir to the throne. The question is not whether she could become the queen regent, but whether she'd have to give up her job as president to do it. In the unlikely event that Lilibet announced an intention to be both queen and president at the same time, it seems to me that about 400 million people would let out a collective howl. The entire population of the United Kingdom and the entire population of the United States. Having the same person be the head of state of both the UK and and a small state within the Holy Roman Empire is one thing, but having the same person being the entire but having the same person be the head of state of two of the world's strongest military powers is something else entirely. So, if Lilibet wanted to become the head of state of both the United Kingdom and the US, I suspect both countries would tell her to choose one job or the other. She can't meet her obligations as queen while also functioning as the US president. She can't meet her obligations as president while functioning as the queen. This is especially true in light of the fact that the United States president is also the commander in chief of the United States Armed Forces. So, before I go on to the next bit, let me see you the comments in the chat. Elegant Pause says, eighth in line, not worth thinking about. Little Mark says, if she was president, she would not be queen at the same time as you pledge allegiance to the United States Constitution. Well, is it allegiance that prevents you from being, would your pledge of allegiance to the United States Constitution prevent you from being head of state, for instance, or being the monarch of another country? Hello, everyone. Just listening. Every time they're barking about the royal family, it's not going to be Lilibet. Harry is protecting his family. It's going to be Charlotte. Charlotte is watching. Okay. And of course, she can be president. Okay. And cookies and cream. Lilibet is going to be nowhere near the throne. She's going to be as far back as Princess Anne. uh, Lottie, absolutely, they're so smart. When my grandson tells you something, he is 100% correct. He is like a sponge. Yes, I know you're talking about the 6-year-old thing. I think 6 years old is a very good time to have conversations with our kids about important things which are going to affect their lives. 6 years old seems like it's very young. It was very young when we were 6 years old, but nowadays 6 years old is not as young as we think. This story is from someone who has nothing to do with themselves, like a bored person. Okay. All right. By the time Lilibet gets old enough, that monarch would be demolished. Do you think? Okay. The vast majority of Brits under 35 gives not a crap about royalty for a good reason. I think what we see is people who are complacent, not necessarily people who don't give a crap. Where you will know whether they give a crap or not is whether you ask them whether the when you actually take steps to demolish the monarchy, you're going to find out that they care a lot more than you think. Uh, Remember, I am a UK based channel, and I can kind of give you an assessment of what the real feeling in the UK is. Forget about what they say on TikTok. Of course, they can say whatever they want to say on TikTok and on social media. The real test is where you try to abolish the monarchy and you see what their actions will be as at that time. Don't know how long I will be on. We'll be having a storm. Yes, that's fine. I don't even intend to stay that long on today. Well, so I said I actually thought I would only be on for like 15 minutes, and this is me here for at 41 minutes 51 seconds. Hello, Cynthia. Just joining briefly to say it will be so much fun watching Lilibet trying to be king, queen, and president. I thought that was when I saw the thread, I thought this is an epic thing to think about in terms of discourse. Like I thought I'd loved the mental gymnastics it took my mind through, just imagining the international incidents that would occur just by the very thought of it all. If I were president, there is no way I would give up my job to go over there and do nothing but be a figurehead. That's a good point because that's all they are, isn't it? Figureheads. You have no real power to do anything. Hello. The 30 something and young don't know anything about the monarch and don't care for them. It's, yeah. Uh, it just seems complacent. I wouldn't agree entirely that they don't know anything about it. Forget what you see in social media. Don't forget that the monarchy and the royal family are part of their culture and tradition. So, despite the fact that they don't have a lot of respect for it, it's one another thing to consider whether they would actually take the steps necessary to abolish the monarchy. They might not respect it, but whether they would actually take the steps to abolish something that is actually their culture is another thing entirely. Elegant Pose, you have nearly 4,000 subs. Congrats. Really? Let me go and check. Okay. Let me check. Uh, we check where we are with the subscribers things. Yeah, we need 16 subscribers to get to 4,000. I don't know why it's so difficult. We have been at this point every time we get close, then we roll back and then we roll back and we roll back. But it's all good. I know we will get there soon, so it's fine. If you haven't already hit the like button, please go ahead to do so while we are discussing just before we head into the just before we head into Activism Tuesday. TMCD says in Canada here, all the younger folk I speak with don't care for the royal family except for Harry and Meghan. Yeah. Sorry, love, but they are social welfare trolls. Uh, thank you. Okay, we have only two things to focus on for our activism Tuesday, just because I couldn't really find anything. Um, I didn't really find anything else to. Um, I couldn't really find that much to work on. So, I know that we're not in disagreement about whether or not we need to support the Invictus Games YouTube channel. So if you haven't already done so, I let's get this page up to 1,000 subscribers. We can't be talking about supporting Harry and Meghan without supporting their business ventures. And this is not something that you actually need to spend money on. Thanks to all those who have already subscribed. Please don't feel pressure because you're hearing me talk about this and you've already heard it before. If you haven't already subscribed to the Invictus Games YouTube channel, I've just dropped their link in the chat. Let's get them up to 1,000 subscribers. They're currently at 305 subscribers. Let's get them to the place where they can begin to aim for the second bit of the requirements. You guys know that in order to get your channel monetized on YouTube, you need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And the more subscribers you have, the quicker it is for you to get the 4,000 watch hours. My goodness, when you're just starting off your journey on YouTube, 4,000 watch hours can seem like it's 1 million. It can seem like it's 1 million watch hours. So the more we're able to help them achieve this goal, the better for them, because even after you've done that, it takes a while before you start earning like decent money. Like myself, I have been on YouTube for about 18 months. I still have not making any reasonable money on YouTube from monetization of my channel. So that's just to tell you. So why would they be asking questions? They haven't seen them, they've never really met them, so why would they ask? I would think it's George and Charlotte who would be asking now. They know. Well, if you're talking about that question, that scenario that I shared with us about Lilibet being queen or president, that was just for fun. It wasn't a real thing. That was not a real thing. And then if you're asking about the media asking why we are not seeing Lilibet and Archie, well, because it was time to write about Lilibet and Archie in their content planner. That was all. They don't have anything else to write about. They know that anything that has to do with Harry and Meghan or anybody or anything related to them will drive engagement. So I'm sure that they have a mandate from their editors to make sure they write at least 25 articles about Harry and Meghan a day. And this just happened. It's not easy. It's not easy to come up with content to write about. Cynthia's asking, are watch hours counted when we watch the replay of a live stream? Yes, absolutely. They are. They are. So if you know someone who's just starting or who has not gotten monetized yet, or if you're thinking about starting, then when you watch the replay of a live stream, every replay of a live stream after the live stream has ended, it continues to be counted onto the watch hours needed to monetize. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. If we are done with that one, let's move on to the second one. So, you guys know that the Invictus Games community on oh sorry, the Sussex community on Twitter organized a fundraiser in honor of the Sussex family's birthday throughout the year. And this at this point it is in honor of Lilibet's birthday. Eh, uh, so I'm going to drop the link for the fundraiser in the chat. It is connected to fundraising for the Invictus Games Canada. The True Patriots is what they call themselves, which is actually quite good because the next games is the Canadian one, right? So they say the Invictus Games community recognizes the essential role of family and friends in the shared journey of recovery. Your generosity is the light that brightens lives. Thank you for your kindness and support. So far, the Sussex community all over, I would say, has contributed $40,170.92. And as you can imagine, putting these events for the volunteers who and all the people participating in the games is going to cost a lot of money. So if we want to do something actually, and you're looking for someone to support, not that you're looking for someone, if you're able to, uh, I will put the link to them in the chat so that we can go ahead and support them. Support the let me just get the link. truepatriotlove.com. Yep. If you want to join the fundraiser in honor of Lilibet's birthday, then I have just dropped the link to the charity that the Sussex Squad are contributing money to. It's the truepatriotlove.com, a charity that are supporting the veterans who are going to be participating in the Invictus Games next year. So you can go ahead and join the movement. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? Okay. So that's all I have for this evening. That's all I have for this evening. Thank you all for being here. I'm just going to look through the chat and I will be just going to look through the chat before I say goodbye to everyone. Yeah. Cynthia says, I would never be a content creator. I don't have the patience. You know what? It doesn't even take as much time as you think. It actually goes much quicker, especially when you've got the subscribers that you need. That's why I'm campaigning for subscribers for the Nigeria YouTube channel so that they can get their 4,000 watch hours quickly. Okay, it seems like that's all that there is. I have something to talk about tomorrow, so I am going to be on tomorrow. So until then, this is Wheezy signing out. Cookies and Cream says, everyone please stay safe, pray, don't peg, and always hydrate. Cynthia says, I almost forgot to like. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everyone. It helps to protect the channel from the deranges. They have been especially busy since the Sussexes returned from Nigeria. So it'd be great if you ensure that you give the video a like. Thank you, Elegant Pose. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, Cookies and Cream. Bye, Gwen Daniel. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. All right. See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Bye.